Welcome YouTube universe, this is Louise Carden, helping you to connect to your natural strengths and resources by finding a place of inner tranquility. What I wanted to talk to you about today was why you should take complementary therapies more seriously. You may think that complementary therapies are a bit woo-woo and out there and done by and for crazy people. But actually, I'm a complementary therapist, and very often when I'm at networking events, people say to me, "Oh, you don't look like a Reiki teacher." And I say, "Oh, well, what do you think a Reiki teacher looks like then? All flowing hair with flowers and kaftans and sandals?" And I say, "Well, yes, actually, that's what I think. But I am a Reiki practitioner, I'm a Reiki teacher, I use complementary therapies. I may look like an accountant, but I do believe that these are valid techniques and tools that will help you feel better in your everyday life." And so I think complementary therapists actually have a responsibility to try and make what they do more accessible to ordinary people. And I think that involves being mindful of the language that they use when they're speaking, especially to people like doctors, but to members of the general public who may not be interested in chakras, angels, fairies, unicorns, but just want to feel better. And I believe that a lot of these therapies, by simply helping us to relax and calm down, will enable us to be more aware of what's going on with our emotions, what's going on in our bodies, with our physical well-being, and that our bodies are able to heal themselves if we give it the time and space to do so. Most of us spend so much time rushing around, doing this, doing that, tied up in doing, that we actually forget to simply be and sit still and pay attention to what's going on with us. Lots of people say, "Oh, what's the scientific evidence for complementary therapies?" And some therapists will try and justify what they do by quoting scientific studies. But the truth is, it is very difficult to design a scientific experiment which will truly test a complementary therapy, because complementary therapies are really tailored to the individual, and what works for one person might not necessarily work for somebody else. There are one or two studies which would pass scientific scrutiny, and a lot of these will show that complementary therapies will help with stress and anxiety, and maybe even on how to cope with pain. And things like meditation, which are a form of complementary therapy but are taken quite seriously even in conventional medical fields these days. There are quite a lot of reputable scientific studies which have been done on the practice of meditation with regular meditators, which show a whole range of physical, emotional and mental benefits from using meditation. And so I feel that in time, with better constructed experiments, there will be some evidence that will show that complementary therapies really do help people in a beneficial way. So I would ask you, if you've never tried a complementary therapy, perhaps do a bit of a search on Google, find somebody near you, have a look at their website. If the kind of thing they say on their website really turns you off, if they make lots of claims about what they can heal or what they can cure, again, I'd be very skeptical about that. But if you come across someone who seems reasonable to you, why not give it a try? Go with an open mind. Very unlikely that you'll be harmed by any complementary therapies, but just see how you feel having done that. My perspective is, as I said, that a lot of these therapies actually just help us to relax and be still, and in that state we're much more able to be aware of what's going on with us and give our bodies time to heal. So if you found that interesting, perhaps you could pop some comments down about your experiences with complementary therapies. You can also subscribe to this channel where I put up regular videos on topics along these lines: complementary therapies, meditation, how to calm down. So perhaps I'll see you another time.